Sector learning in my country might not necessarily fit within the entire framework within which we would want to conceptualize sector learning, but there are elements that point to sector learning that are happening in my country. We have a number of initiatives that are geared towards change of behaviors for both the organizations and the communities within which we are working. And also we have initiatives that are trying to change institutional changes, to make institutional changes happen, including sending clear messages to policymakers on changes that need to be made so that we improve strategy and approach. But also we have issues of how to organize ourselves to learn as a sector.
Let me throw your mind back to the RC learning model. You have documentation really taking place in Ghana now. You have the promotion of the use of those developed documents. You have the implementation of some of what happens, that is in just correcting what goes wrong in various projects and so on. And then you also have the documentation of that process again. So that cycle is really going on in Ghana as we speak now.
L'apprentissage du secteur est quelque chose que les gens sont en train de se rendre compte de l'utilité à présent. Il faut dire que dans le passé, les gens travaillaient en singleton, tout seuls. Et maintenant, de plus en plus, on remarque qu'ils se mettent ensemble, ils partagent les informations, ils veulent avancer ensemble. Et donc, je pense que c'est un concept qui est en train de prendre forme petit à petit, mais sûrement dans le contexte burkinabé.
You know, sector learning is kind of abstract thing in a way. So we have to be very conscious about promoting sector learning initiatives. And in Nepal, people, especially the professionals and stakeholders in the water, sanitation and hygiene sector, think that sector learning is essential, but they don't know how to really materialize the concept of sector learning in the sector. So that's where we can see the gap is. So as a resource center network coordinator, I can clearly see that the facilitation of the sector learning process is really essential.
Now the second aspect which makes, for me, sector learning complete, and where RCN is emphasizing now, is the issue of the reflection, the monitoring, the development of the good practices, getting this into models, implementable models, and adapting them to the local context. It's where we are now. We're pushing a lot for reflection, we're pushing a lot for, for monitoring and so on, for this process to really get developed. And once that get developed and we get things being adapted, models being adapted, then scale up and so on, then we'll say that we have arrived.